never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already lived.
It was written in the children's story. Their life's a so what you want. Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money, quiet storm, have it stars. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tips. So these see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog, to the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still film it, kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss to death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger.
Money over on my install. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, you already lived. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 96. You a shook one, RJEEZY and know the ledge. I'm your. What's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my strictly for my survival.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Flushed out right. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Snickers, 66. Double bump.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you end up grabbing the face mask.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, there has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now from the 21. This is Carson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Wilson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Carson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They run it. with Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one after the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, good move. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Snickers, you got to spin.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Son! 180!
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
8! Jack 16.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Steps away to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Quarter. Jack 16.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin. Quarter number 2, they're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Come on, let's go.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, twisting away. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now Jackson on first down, being chased out left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch him now, Barney.
A first down carry by Allen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. First run for the backup Abdullah. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14.
Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going up top. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On second down, Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's airing it out for Sanu. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but over the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Returnable for Lockett. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wilson on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Tempo. Gun.
On second down, here's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if something got there, got to be casualty.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Navarro Bowman coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now it's Lockett. And just a 30-yard punt that time. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Come on, let's go. 12.
Now Wilson on second down. Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Thomas the intended target.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, spinning away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On third down, that's Carson, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4. And continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. A dump off to Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Jackson on second down, forced out to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Here's Carson. How did he stay on his feet? And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Run it.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Now Myers for the extra point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, able to avoid him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Now let's go.
Again on second and 10, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time. And that'll make it third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw on third down, Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And now running right through it. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. To throw is Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Steps away to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Taking on the midfield logo. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Lynch. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Seahawks on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Wilson to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Jaron Reed in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Now let's go.
From the gun, Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
To throw is Jackson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have recovered.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
319! 319! Gone!
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hurry up, here we go. 319!
Jackson on 1st down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Lucky 56.
Jackson operating from the gun. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Green 39! Green 39!
Jackson now on 3rd down. Open man as Thielen is complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Green 39! Green 39! Gone!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Benjamin's got it. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Jackson on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way. And
he's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Terrell Pryor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Jackson will throw again. And this will be incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 61 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They run again with Carson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Four down.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Barkevius Mingo. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, it's Jackson. Completes it to Benjamin. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
From the gun, Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Set. Blue 90.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to go down again. Barkevious Mingo in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Seahawks, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
If the squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah. Hey. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. 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 Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Cross move quick like AI. Chain shine bright like daytime. Stack big bread like waist high. I don't do lanes. Little watch out like 2 chains. I swerve in a new lane. Bang at the Christian do things. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big back plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Yeah, no it ain't, no it. They ain't talking cash, so I did the race. NASCAR with the pace, feed you water on the chain. Get no love where I ain't from. When I'm on the beat, I make it thumb. I need that bread like every crumb. Came up from nothing, made a sum. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, stay far from around me. I came up, who I was down with. You change up, girl, stay far from around me. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Same squad, same squad, same squad. Drop top, coupe, Dodge raindrops. Big bag plays on FaceTime. Squad ain't with me, then it ain't right. Ay, 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 ay.
Money bag, money bag, money bag. Make it like a money bag, money bag. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walked into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got hips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum, always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. Why you was sleeping